First, the U.S. has imposed a third round of sanctions on 7 Russian government officials and 17 companies linked to Russian President Vladimir Putin. It is the latest action by the White House, all to punish Moscow for what it says is Russia's continued illegal intervention in Ukraine. White House correspondent Jessica Stone joins everybody. Jess, it's the third round.
Phil, that the Americans don't even know if this round will work. He says the White House is already working on broader economic sector restrictions. This round targets those closest to the Russian president and aims to impact their companies, which form key parts of the Russian economy. While trying to reassure American allies in Asia of U.S. strength, U.S. President Barack Obama also tried to project strength in Europe with another round of sanctions on prominent Russian government and business leaders. Under the sanctions, the U.S. will freeze assets for 17 Russian companies. 13 of them will also be denied American high-tech exports, which could help Russia's military. And 7 more Russian individuals are also targeted for asset freezes and travel bans.
The goal here is not to go after Mr. Putin personally. The goal is to change his calculus with respect to how the current actions that he's engaging in Ukraine could have an adverse impact on the Russian economy.
Obama acknowledges more sanctions against Russia may not be the catalyst for the Russian government to use its influence to encourage a drawdown of the eastern opposition in Ukraine. UN Security Council member China says sanctions will just make the conflict in Ukraine worse.
China consistently opposes threats or the imposition of sanctions in international relations. We believe not only will sanctions not help resolve the crisis, but they will escalate tension.
The individuals named are high-level officials, including Russia's deputy prime minister and its presidential envoy to Crimea, as well as Igor Sechin, the president of Russian oil giant Rosneft. Rosneft has a major partnership with American oil heavyweight ExxonMobil. In response, the price of oil rose 74 cents to more than $101 a barrel at the New York Mercantile Exchange. And market strategists are cautioning investors to brace for more trade disruptions.
The major impact that we've seen so far from sanctions is the kind of more self-sanctioning that's taken place. Companies, such as foreign banks and some of Russia's big trade partners that on a voluntary basis have delayed either planned investment deals or trade deals with Russia, and that's having some impact.
Now, the European Union has also voted to add 15 more Russian names to its own sanctions list. That brings the total to 48 of all the individuals now facing EU asset freezes and visa bans. But meantime, Phil, 4 French jets and 4 British jets have arrived in Poland to augment the forces that are now building up under NATO, just in case there's a Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Jessica, thank you. Big developments. We will, of course, talk about this more later this week.